Another one of my question would be, so in terms of the timeline, I know I already have the 3-month study schedule. Is there anything else that I can be doing? Because I have all of the Power Score, all their books. I have some of their practice tests as well, that like the book that provides the practice test. Is there any way that I can also link the practice that they're giving me and the explanations that they're giving me with your course as well?
Yeah, very easily. I would just say basically use that like you would use the relevant parts of the schedule linking my articles. So if you're reading my articles summarizing things related to that question type, you can then read the book chapters covering that same question type, and then do practice problems of that type as well that they have in their books and their explanations. I mean, things won't always be the same because they might use different terminology, but they're a reasonably good quality source of material as well, if you like it. So the question is really more, let's say you want to go in depth. Do you prefer the live class recording or do you prefer the textbook chapter? You can do both, but I wouldn't want you to weigh yourself down with too much material covering the same thing, because then it's like, well, this is another good book. That's another good book. If you just start adding them all on, it's like you don't need 5 different textbooks all covering introduction to biology, right? Like one of them is sufficient, and there might be some variations between different sources, but at a certain point, it becomes too much to do over this 3-month period.
Yeah, and I think that that's what like I said, it has been overwhelming me, because I do have the Power Score that, one of my friends was able to lend me and stuff. So it's just been kind of overwhelming, where it's like, I want to do really well. And I have all this information, but it's like, when I go and look at all of this information, I get really overwhelmed. I'm like, I don't even know where to start. So I think that's been like the biggest challenge for last week, and now we're starting this week, so I'm trying to be a little more positive about it. But last week I felt very overwhelmed with everything that I have.
I understand. I mean, the textbook chapters can be kind of a slog to get through sometimes. Like they're not always the most exciting, right? So I mean, I would say maybe if the videos are more your style, then I would recommend going to the videos first, and then if you want more, then you could go to the textbook chapters, but I consider those optional. And also consider there's live online classes too.
Yes.
And so you can attend those, and those are going to be a lot more engaging than reading a book, and even more engaging than watching a video also, because it's happening live. You can help direct what we cover in class. When students ask questions, I take those very seriously, and they could take us in a totally different direction. I'm not lecturing some pre-prescribed outline with tons of notes. The problems are our agenda. I'll do some Q&A at the beginning, then I'll have a couple of problems lined up. We may not get to all of them. We may take one problem and go super in depth on it. Or a student may request we focus on a different element of the problem from a different angle. So I'll do that too. Thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already to be notified of new episodes as I release them. And feel free to reach out if you need anything at all as you move forward with your prep. I'm happy to help however I can. In the meantime, I'll wish you all the best and take care.